What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 89 of the Hive Mind podcast. It has been a while since we've done these, and it'll probably be a while before we do one again. Let me try and find the exact date on when we did
I
this
believe it. I
last.
believe it was June of 2020, bro. I
So yeah,
think
June 22nd, 2020. So yeah, that's been a good little bit. Quite a bit has changed
it's been a
since
minute.
then.
The
So
country's gone freaking bananas. Reddit's gone bananas. Like it's just
yeah.
crazy
So
times,
the
man.
title of our last podcast was COVID-19, Black Lives Matter, Joe Biden versus Trump, defund the police. So
Mm.
that's the time capsule of what happened here.
Yeah, I mean, what I mean, like, I don't know if everybody knows, like, and or including me, like, what's up with you? So, I think we need to just like start from like ground zero because it's been forever. So what's your deal nowadays?
I'm trying to think of where I left off. Um, I guess
Moved?
I got a.
Moved, maybe?
I think I had moved. I'm pretty sure I was in the new house. Yeah, no, I'm looking at the podcast right now. I was in the house. That was the last podcast. The first podcast I'd been in the new house. Um,
Gotcha.
I guess I had gotten a job because I had just been laid off. Right, the last podcast we did, I was unemployed, I
Mm.
believe, and now I have a job. I guess
What do you do now?
same thing, welding, just different place.
No, okay. In North
Uh,
Carolina, how's the girl?
she's good.
Good. Nice.
Uh, the description for the last podcast is the last time we did one of these, the world wasn't on fire. That was
It's
the.
even more on fire now, bro.
Is
Like,
it?
uh,
I don't know if it's
d-
more on
dude,
fire than peak COVID, dude.
I
Well, I don't
mean,
know if that was peak COVID, but close.
I live in Florida now, bro. Like, I'm dodging diseases like freaking Neo in the Matrix dodging bullets down here.
Really, that was one of the predictions we had on the that you had on the podcast, the
Was it
last
I
one,
get COVID?
That Florida was going to be a fucking hellscape. But based off of what I've seen, they have a very low death per million count or whatever.
Yeah, but there's a lot of evidence that attributes that to vitamin D, honestly. And like, so there's like a lot of sun in Florida. So, could be a reason, but it's everywhere down here, for sure. It's just I thought I had it on New Year's Eve, man. Like like New Year's Eve day, I kind of felt like, you know how like you feel like something in the back of your nose, kind of like a little tickle, but
Oh, I
like
hate
it's
that. It's aggravating as fuck.
yeah,
Yeah, and you
but you
can't get
like
it.
you know, no, it's not like you got a sneeze or a booger or anything, but it's like you know that there's like something there that your body doesn't like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then so like the next day, I kind of got a little like, stuffy, and then like a full on stuffy. I mean, and headache, and I was like, I fucking got COVID. Here it is. And but I only had it for like 3 or 4 days, and like then the next day it was like probably 50% of that, then 10%, and then it was gone. And I went and got tested, and it was like the most bullshit, like saddest COVID test I've ever taken in my entire life. Like they came into the room, and dude just took a Q-tip,
Yeah, I heard they
and
like barely put it in your nose now.
yeah, it did. I mean, when I've had two COVID tests. First one, they like went up. They didn't go up to your brain, but they went up pretty far when I was in Virginia, and it felt kind of like it was up in there pretty good. This one in Florida, man, it was just like right in my front of my nose, and then like a little tiny poke, and I'm like, I don't know if they actually got it. And then they forgot about me, so I'm just sitting there and chilling in this room like fucking 45 minutes. And I came out and I was like, "What's the deal?" I was like, "Is my stuff still baking or what?" And they're like, "Yeah, just hang out for a minute." And I was like, "Okay." And I heard him talk something about me or test or whatever. Dude comes in like 2 minutes later and hands me a paper, and it's like negative.
Like, yeah, you're good.
I'm like, "Okay, right." So I don't know, man. Maybe I had it, maybe I didn't, but
I think
I
I
just
had it way back in March, when it was going around like crazy at the place I worked. I mean, my
yeah.
symptoms were pretty much exactly what they said that it was just.
Yeah, I remember that. You were saying that you felt kind of like
It felt,
a little
yeah,
wheezy.
it felt like I was walking on an incline treadmill at like 3. Like not like I could still have a conversation with somebody, right? But it felt like I was doing like a cool down, like a workout cool down. If that makes sense.
Mm.
But it was mild and it went away pretty quick and then it was gone.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know, man. I still don't want it. So, but we'll see. You know, I mean, the vaccine is like going really slow, which is like surprising to me.
Is it?
Like,
Aren't they shooting out like 1 million of those a day now?
well, that's what you would think, but like, that's what you would think, but like, you like normal people can't get it. Like, it's only like 65-year-olds or whatever, and like, I didn't think there was freaking that many of them. So,
That's most
I,
of the people,
I
right?
guess, I guess, but
Normal people can't get them.
But
Just
like
those
you'd think
old
you'd be through the
boomers.
65-year-olds. Like it's been
No,
what, months, right? Or it's been
there's
a month
millions of
already.
them.
I
There's
guess. I don't
probably
know, man.
50, 60 million old fuckers
They
that
need to
have
hurry up.
this.
They need to hurry up with those old fucks. And I guess I'm in Florida, which is like the
Yeah, you're in a retirement home.
retirement world of the yeah. So, um, yeah,
Yeah. Some of my like high school friends are like posting about how they got it. I'm curious how effective it's gonna be because there's all these like new strains and shit. I'm curious if the COVID vaccine is going to protect you against COVID-19 remix edition.
yeah. Like so. So I have a friend who's like a PhD microbiologist, essentially, who does like gene research and things, and he said that yeah, like it is.
Oh, it will.
Like, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's good.
yeah. So, I yeah, who knows, man? I mean, like, I
I
think
didn't know if it was
so
gonna
many.
be like the flu shot where it's like actually a useless piece of shit and there's no point.
Yeah,
But
I mean, yeah, you got to get it first. So, we'll see. But I don't know, man. I'm fucking tired of this COVID shit so much. Like, and now I'm just still here. Like,
dude,
I just want to watch.
people down here don't care at all, like at all.
You're,
I went to pick up some food for me and my old lady, and we went to this like restaurant bar just to pick it up, and dude, that place was packed, not a single mask to be found.
yeah, I mean, like Disney World's open down here, bro. Like,
Yeah, but don't
you know,
aren't they pretty strict down there? I know at one point they were like
yeah. I mean, they do stuff, but
Mickey Mouse will punch you in the face if you're not wearing your mask.
that's exactly right, as he should. The Super Bowl is crazy too. So, like, Tampa going to
Dude,
the
how
Super.
about that, man? That you got. I mean, anybody that doubted the Tom Brady shit at this point. I mean, come on, that's
Yeah,
pretty
but
fucking amazing. Like,
what I'm saying
if you're not rooting for Tom Brady at this point, get the fuck out of here. Like, come on.
exactly. But what I'm saying is like tickets for the Super Bowl are retarded expensive because there's only like I
Seven
think
of them.
well yeah well there's 17,000 people and like 7,000 of them are like first responders. So
Wow.
there's like no tickets. So I think they're like last I saw there were like 11 grand, and they might have gone up since then. But yeah, it's gonna be stupid expensive to go to the Super Bowl. So, but I don't know, man. What do you think of all this like uh election bullshit? Are you surprised your boy lost?
No, I'm not. Not really. Um, that's why I didn't make that bet back then. You were on to make the bet, and I was like, I don't know about it this time around. Um, I'm not one of those people that think like the actual vote count was rigged, but I mean, it's undeniable that this election was like none other in terms of it was very irregular. So I can understand why people are skeptical for sure.
Right.
I mean, I can't think of an election where we didn't know who the winner was for like a goddamn month. That was crazy. Normally, like a few, like 6 to 8 hours later.
Yeah. I mean, dude, Trump, like, bless his heart, he really did try. You know what I mean? Like, he's so full of shit at the fucking end, man. Like, dude, like, I'm sorry. Like, we're so much better off without like look at the Twitter chatter, and well, Twitter's that's a whole different thing.
No,
We
no,
didn't even talk
no
about
one is
that.
looking at the Twitter chatter of Trump right now.
Exactly. That's crazy. Like,
That's
whether you're
fucking
a Trump
ridiculous.
guy or like whatever, like that's unprecedented, man. I don't how did we get away with that? I don't know.
It's not good.
But it's been all over the place. But it's been really quiet. Biden is going to be a very boring president. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's already not very popular in my circles. That's for sure. The welders are not a big fan.
Yeah, well, because the welders are like workers.
Dude,
You know what I mean?
he canceled the pipeline. Man, there's this guy I work with, and he had a contract to go up there. I actually know two people that at my current job that were going to be going up there this summer, and
Nice.
I feel so fucking bad for this one guy. He busted his ass, got all his certifications, got the job, was working like 72 hours a week to buy all the equipment, all the shit he needed, got the truck, got literally like busting his ass to like get prepared for this, and then Biden goes and fucking cancels it, and this dude is like getting ready to have a fucking breakdown.
I guess he should learn how to make windmills.
Yeah, learn to code, I guess, right?
No,
Fucking.
windmills, bro, for the wind farms that we're gonna do.
Oh yeah, that'll work. Totally. So goddamn dumb.
Yeah.
Dude, well, it's all right. We're gonna save the environment by sending all that oil that we go on the pipeline through trucks and big cargo ships. That way, rather than the United States being, energy dependent or energy independent, we can let Saudi Arabia control us, so they can be, what else would their slaves do? I mean, they're just their slaves are just gonna sit there not working the oil fields? Like that's ridiculous. We got to get those Saudi Arabian slaves to work so we can
I
buy
don't
their
know.
oil.
I don't know, man. I mean, you look back on like Trump, dude. Like, what a 4 years. You know, like just it's crazy. Just like how like divided shit is, and
Dude,
then like
it's more divided now than ever, though. Like as sad as that is.
my Facebook quieted down after the inauguration. I don't really hear. I mean, I have the people that are just like mad about like the usually the people on the right who are just kind of mad about the whole thing and think it was cheated or
Dude, there
whatever.
there are an alarming amount of people that think the entire election was fraudulent. Like not that it was
Yeah, but
like I'm in the camp of I think it was irregular, and I think that the things that like Pennsylvania did and like the unsolicited mail-in ballots, like I think there were a goddamn million things to give Biden the edge in this thing, but I do think he got more votes, and I don't think there was like crazy amounts of like ballot stuffing, but there's an alarming amount of people that think it's like a flat out fraud, including like there was some poll I saw that had like 10% of Democrats even thought that the thing was fucking sketchy as shit.
I mean it was different because it was like COVID full mail-in ballot though. Like it
Dude,
wasn't different just
that
because of like because it was like dude.
next time it can't be this. Dude, the mail-in ballot shit, this has got to be a one and done. Like I'm sorry. If the next election is this much mail-in ballots, like that's gonna be a real problem. Like I'm worried about the slippery slope of election day being something that let's just all mail it in.
I mean, it should be online, dude.
No, dude, no.
Come on, like
Man, there's a great video by a guy named Tom Scott on why the election has to be the way it is. You want as many polling places as possible in person. That's how you get the most uh the most legitimate elections, because not only because when you have it all in person in multiple locations, to rig the election you have to rig essentially hundreds of elections. There's an excellent video on YouTube
yeah,
if
yeah,
anyone wants
but
to watch
like
it by Tom Scott. It's
yeah,
fantastic.
but currently like you as a like people don't even get like guaranteed time off work to vote. Like that should be a thing also. You know what I mean? Like you should have like your employer should have to allow you on voting day to go vote. You know what I mean? Like if that's the
Yeah,
or
maybe.
you
Yeah,
have
yeah. I think
mail in.
I'd be okay with that. It,
Yeah.
it's some sort of mandatory holiday. I mean, sure,
The problem is
but
like
I think it needs to be in person. I absolutely do think it needs to be in person.
yeah. I mean,
I'd almost be
whatever.
okay. I'd rather have it be like a
You have to have
mail-in
some kind of.
ballot. It needs to be some sort of like you really need to like go through some hoops to get one of those fucking things. Because there are people that I know of that I know personally that just like had them show up. Like they didn't ask for one, and they had one just appear in their fucking mailbox. Like that's sketchy.
Yeah. But I mean, I do think there was a lot of just Trump just swinging for the
A hundred
fences to
percent. A
try to
hundred
keep his
percent.
fucking job. Like the 2K thing, the 2K stimulus checks, like he doesn't care like that was of no consequence to him, bro.
By
The
the
only
way,
reason
I also thought that all of that shit, by the way, was incredibly distasteful on both sides. Because at this point, it's like flat out buying votes. Like, fuck it, $3,000. And the Democrats
right.
will be like, only 3,000? We wanted 5,000. And then it's like, it's dumb as fuck. Like, just, why don't we just buy the votes?
I
Like,
mean that's essentially what it was.
that's the whole argument against government, what's the word, not welfare, like government programs like that they give you, or entitlement programs, that's what I was looking for. That's the whole argument, is that it becomes a slippery slope of buying votes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I think a lot of people, everybody votes in their own self-interest for the most part, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
So like you have like there are a lot of like single issue voters that it just surprises the shit out of me. Like the only reason they're actually Republican is for abortion. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
like
well, I mean, I think that a lot of the single issue Republican or like conservative voters have like, it's like a very moral thing. um I don't know. I don't see as many single issue, like, I guess quite as many like hard stance single issue voters on the left that I do on the right.
right.
Like I'm trying
Yeah,
to think
exactly.
like what's a
Like
big left
guns,
leaning, yeah,
abortion.
like the guns thing is like, I don't know. I'm not a big gun guy in terms of like owning them and like knowing things about them, but I am a very big gun guy in the sense of like I understand like why the Second Amendment is so like pivotal and like crucial.
Yeah. I
And
mean, I
I
guess
totally understand.
I'm pretty close to a what do you would call it? A liberal single issue voter, to be honest. Um, like one of my strongest left leaning positions is the fact that I think that as an American citizen, you are entitled to baseline health care. I will definitely clarify as a citizen, not as an illegal immigrant, anything like that. I mean, obviously they got to
See, yeah,
save
see,
your life.
that's one that I could. I'm leaning like that's not one that I'd die on the stand for. Like if they came out and were like, look, we're gonna do single payer healthcare. I'm not gonna be like, that's the absolute most retarded thing I've ever heard in my life. Like I could be convinced if it was done properly. Like in a perfect world, I could see them potentially pulling it off, but I'm just worried that our government is so incompetent and so like inefficient and retarded that they would just make it worse. I think
That's everybody's argument. Who I
yeah,
think
yeah.
a
So
lot of people's argument.
I think there are a lot of people on the right that would be like, if our government wasn't so fucking stupid, they'd be okay with it. But we're a country of 300 million people that are all fat as fuck. Um, like it's just going to be hard to pull off. So I think that's one that a lot of people would not be that upset with. However, something like the free college shit absolutely is retarded.
That's
It's
yeah,
absolutely retarded.
and so is canceling student debt.
That is even more retarded. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like that's the thing. So like you hear what I'm saying is like I have a lot of
Yeah, but you're not going to literally die for that. The people I work with will literally like like they're not like fantasizing and romanticizing like what would happen if they come for their guns. Like these people are actually willing to fucking die for their guns. Like if they come for these people, like the people I work with are so fucking hardcore. They straight up go, well, at least I'm gonna go out swinging. Like they're not like fantasizing that they're gonna lead some rebellion. Like they know they'll die. Like if 1984 happens, they know they'll die, but they're like, well, take as many out as I can.
yeah, exactly. That capital shit was just crazy, man.
Yeah,
Absolutely
that's
insane.
nuts. How did they not,
Um,
like, that's so embarrassing for our country, not because of the evil Trump supporters, but because of like we spend what $700 billion a year on national defense, and a guy dressed as a Viking walks in. Like he just
It was a,
walked in.
I believe it was a Chewbacca bikini.
He's a life. What do you call himself? A life wizard? He practices life magic.
Yeah.
Dude, he
I,
walked in. How did those people not get like shot? What is?
followed by like the Duck
What the
Dynasty.
fuck happened? That's so fucking embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean, for real. Like, I guess it was just one of those things where like they were like, well, that'll never happen. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
um, and then that chick, the chick that got shot, the Air Force vet chick, like everybody's talking about how much of a tragedy that is. It's like,
No, it's
bro,
not.
the guy with the gun was literally behind the door, and she jumped through like the broken window to storm the door. Like, I I I don't know how much more stupid you can be. Like, I mean, yeah, she got shot. That sucks, but like, what do you think is gonna happen, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know, man. People are so like, even with COVID too, like all these, like, I mean, it is kind of nice, I will say, being in a state that just like stuff is open.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like before, if you had to go get like something, like I don't know, a contacts case or something like that at like 11 o'clock at night, like nothing is open. But down here, they keep stuff open. That's kind of nice. But the problem is just like a lot more things could be open if people would just like not be idiots. You know what I mean? And like not wear your mask hanging like when you're off your chin, and stuff like that when you're in crowded public places. But like I don't know, it's just all over the place, And then we get stupid and it's like, oh well, you can't have dining inside, but you can put the inside outside and then
Yeah.
have inside.
I don't know. I don't. I
That's
don't.
how
I
we end
don't.
up with shit like
I
that.
realistically don't think any amount of mask compliance is gonna fix it. I think the problem's either gonna fix itself slowly through like herd immunity, or maybe the goddamn vaccine will help. But I just think it's not realistic that there's gonna be a perfect world of mask compliance.
No, there's not because
Because people are gonna
some
touch their fucking mask and then touch whatever the fuck is like. It's just impossible. People don't
well,
change these cloth masks. Nobody like washes them. They just wear the same goddamn one over and over again.
right.
Have you ever washed your mask?
Yeah, but see, here's the thing: is when I moved to Florida, bro, I don't wear a cloth mask. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like one of those little freaking like t-shirt panty things over your face. Like that's absolutely useless. I don't. I wear like a KN95 because just down here, like, because like the cloth mask anyway is
Yeah, but
for
how do you change it? Have you ever
it
changed
stays
your N95?
it stays in my car. Yeah, I have changed it before. I mean I don't change it every day, but it stays in my car. I mean it's not gonna like incubate that shit for 24 hours. You know what I mean?
I do. I remember when this COVID shit started, and there were so all the quote unquote scientists were like all fucking wrong. So like that's why people are so skeptical. Because I remember when it first started, I was at work and they had us cleaning all the surfaces because at that point COVID lasted on surfaces for up to a week. And then Fauci was out there telling people don't buy masks, and masks actually could make it worse. So like
There
that's
was
one of
a
the
there was
reason
a
why everybody's all fucked up about this, and nobody
I remember
fucking cares.
the neck goiter thing. You know what I mean? Like those collars that come up on the neck. I remember people saying that those made it worse because they just like aerosoled your breath basically and didn't do anything else. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Did you in gaming related news? What are you doing nowadays? I mean, what do you and your girly do? Is she still? Are you playing? What were you even playing? I was trying to remember.
Dude, I don't
You
even
were
know what I was playing at that point back then.
prob-
Probably messing around with Crowfall.
probably. Is that okay? Is that dead?
No, no, it's actually probably going to be coming out pretty soon, I imagine. Like actually releasing, if I had to guess.
You don't know. Like,
They don't
wasn't that
have they don't
supposed to
have a
release
release
like?
date. They don't have a release date, but you can kind of tell by their patch cadence, like it's speeding up, and like the patches are like it's in like the polish phase. So
I guess
I'd imagine this year,
I've
fairly
seen
soon.
no like big posts or news or anything about that game. Like I kind of written that game off.
Yeah.
And, um, which
Well,
is weird.
they haven't really pushed it though. That's the thing. Like they also haven't really been like pushing it. They've sort of like almost wanted to be in the back burner because they had some like stupid shit that was like what the big thing in the testing right now as of recently that's really kind of taken the wind out of the game is that they've wiped the server over and over again, like so many times, really frequently. And obviously in MMOs that sucks. Like imagine in WoW if you had to start over like
Right.
5 times in 3 months. Like that
Yeah.
fucking sucks. And the reason they do that while they're developing it is because they don't want to waste all this time merging data. I don't know the right word for it, but basically they don't want to waste all this time figuring out how to transfer the data back and forth and merge it with their new database architecture and all it. It's faster from a development perspective to just wipe it. It obviously sucks for testing, which makes the game unfun, which is why people don't play. So a lot of the people that were testing the game are like, "Fuck this! I'm just gonna wait, and I'll see you. I'll see you when the game comes out."
Right.
Because after I'll be honest, I'm somebody that loves the game, but dude, this last wipe they did was like, holy shit, man! Like, even me, like, fuck.
Yeah. You're still a big PvP guy though. That's like your thing.
Well, I mean, it's a PvP game, but I mean, when you wipe the fucking game 5 times in 3 months, like that's at some point. I mean, fuck, a lot of people. Shit.
Yeah. I mean, did you play were you part of this whole cyberpunk thing?
No, but I have enjoyed the glitches.
Have you played it?
No, I haven't played it, but I've just watched all the YouTube videos of like the like really like almost like the glitches almost make it better, in my
Dude,
opinion.
I'm super into it, man. I love that game. I think it's probably one of the best games ever. I think. I mean,
I
like,
feel like now I have not played the game at all, but I feel like Cyberpunk is one of those games where people make a big deal out of the bugs for the sake of wanting something to make a big deal out of. I feel like it's like a
hundred
WildStar.
percent.
I feel like it's like WildStar, where WildStar's dungeons hurt everybody's egos, and people were upset that they weren't good enough to do the dungeons, so they were just like the bugs. It wasn't
Yeah,
polished enough.
yeah,
Whereas,
and it was like it's like a dog pile thing, you know. It's like
yeah,
we just want to shit on this game, and like, yeah, it had its, you know,
yeah,
I
of
mean,
course there were
issues,
bugs,
but
but
like,
as somebody that played the fuck out of that game, most of the bugs you encountered were so trivial and like I don't know, like they really didn't matter. There were some bugs that sucked, but for the most part, wasn't that bad.
well, the problem with WildStar was not so much the bugs, I don't think, as it was just like some of the systems were just bad, and some of their design decisions were just bad. Like the rune system when it first came out
I can't even
was
remember what
awful.
I can't even
Just
remember what it even was.
yeah, I mean, like, so you got your major and minor class runes, right? Um, and I kind of remember what it was when it finished, and there
I
were
don't
like,
remember this at all. It's
yeah, there
crazy.
was like
My memory has been wiped.
major rune of the spell slinger, and it was like a
Oh
legendary.
yeah, yeah. What the fuck? There was that one that only dropped in the normal dungeon.
Yep, yep. So like
Oh fuck, I do
you
remember that. But
you have to like you had
the
to it was
amps, the amp system. You had to get the amp from the fucking. Yeah,
well,
that's
there
what
was
it
that
was.
too, and then like that was a problem for the
That was
economy
retarded.
because for spell slingers,
That
they
had
made
that
a
one.
I think it
Yeah,
was True Shot,
yeah,
something like that.
something
It
like that.
was
Yeah,
you
the
could
one that gave him
corner
crit.
you could corner the market on that amp, and it was like 20 plat or something really dumb. And like I remember one of my friends found that, and he like bought all of them,
Oh yeah.
and he had like 2,000 plat, and like was more than he could ever spend. And it's like you can't come back from that, you know what I mean, as like a game.
Yeah, that's all money that came from players. That wasn't like duped money.
No, but what I'm saying is that like the economy being that broken, like you just it's
Yeah.
really hard to like, you know.
Dude, I've seen games come back. The worst. That's actually not bad at all. That's an isolated incident where one player made a bunch of money from other players. What's bad is when there's a dupe or some sort of something that actually just injects tons of cash into the economy and then is removed. That's when you have a serious issue. You just have just one rich asshole that knew how to get trigger fingers. I think that's what it was called.
Yeah,
Trigger
trigger
finger.
fingers, that's it. Trigger
Uh, knew where that dropped. And the reason why that was a big deal is because it dropped off of like some random fucking normal level 34 dungeon and nowhere else. And they fixed it because all they did was just make it drop in the normal like heroic or max level version. But for whatever reason that drop table was fucked up.
Yeah, I don't know. I miss that. That game should not be sitting in a closet somewhere.
Yeah,
Just like,
I can't believe it never got bought by like. Oh, why has Arcade been relaunched like 85 times, but
I
not
don't know.
WildStar?
I don't know. And I also have tried to play. I've tried to play SWTOR, and it's just not optimized at all for like modern computers or
Really?
4K.
It
Yeah.
just
But,
sucks.
um,
That's sad.
I play in 4K, so
That's kind of a. I mean, that's kind of an ask.
no, WoW plays just fine. Guild
Oh,
Wars 2 plays just fine. Like for whatever reason, SWTOR is the only MMO that just can't seem to scale in 4K right. For whatever reason, I don't know. But yeah, man, I don't know. I'm tired. I have not played WoW in a month. Like, so I mean I played it today a little bit just because I just was kind of bored. But it's been crazy, man. Like it just hasn't, like Shadowlands launched and like everybody was like talking, really um well about like the systems and things, and like everybody was excited about it. But like I've noticed a lot of people kind of just being done with like the same shit over and
I mean,
over and over.
I heard it was good, but like I didn't know why it was good. I never played. I didn't pick it up this time.
Some of the store like the little like the some of the expansion systems on like a 30,000 foot level are like good. You know what I mean? Like you can earn, it tells a story, you can earn class armor and things like that. And it's not so bad, but it's just, they made a thing like there's a whole zone that you can't run in. Um,
I did see that memed with like the Worgen, where the Worgen can mount with their
yeah. And,
racial, but
and
nobody else
druids.
can.
Druids can do it too.
Druids can they fly or just cheetah form or
Uh,
stag or
no,
whatever?
you can't fly. It's just a travel form. But still, like, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know, man. It's games are in a weird spot, and movies too, like pop culture. I think I saw that finally they're starting to get some stuff back, but like I'm digging the bottom of the barrel on Netflix right now.
Dude,
Like
speaking of, have you seen Cobra Kai, dude? That's actually like a beacon of hope.
it's so like here's my thing with like yes, and I'm watching that right now. Like that was a show when I looked at my Netflix queue, I'm like I'm not watching
Dude,
that
it's good.
stupid Karate Kid spinoff shit. And then like finally I was like, you know what? We don't have anything else to watch. Like screw it. I'm going to watch Cobra Kai. And like my take on Cobra Kai is it's super corny,
But it's
but
good.
it's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
So it's like it's corn maze. Corn mazing. It's just like it's more adult than I thought it would be.
Yeah,
You know what I
I
mean?
like that both of the characters are kind of fucked up. Like I like that. I like morally gray shit for sure.
Yeah.
It's just fun, dude. I like it's one of those things where like you like to see something like that actually work because almost always when they come back and revive something 30 years later, it's dog shit. Almost 100% of the time. So when Cobra Kai comes out, and in my opinion, it is way better than those fucking Karate Kid movies. I mean, the first one was, cool for the sake of it was like the first one, right? But like I don't know. I think the show's better than any of that shit.
I don't even remember this movie.
I don't remember them either, which is I mean, I remember them vaguely, which kind of goes to show you how much how good the show is because the show kind of knows that you don't remember that very well.
That's why it shows clips from the movie.
Yeah, that's why it shows it, yeah.
It's like
I
here.
don't know. I think it's really well done.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, to talk about a break for that one actor, dude. His career just got revitalized. That
Which actor?
The fucking I don't even remember the name of the character. Cobra Kai guy. Not the Karate
like the
Kid.
sensei dude?
Yeah, the sensei guy, the yeah, you know which one, the
Uh,
blonde guy.
Martin Krove or whatever. Yeah, I don't think he's been in anything. Crease. I don't think
No,
he's been
not
in
him,
anything.
not him, the other guy.
Oh, Johnny Lawrence.
Yeah,
I also don't think he's been in
yeah.
anything.
Neither of them have been.
The LaRusso guy has.
Yeah, yeah. He's more of a
Um,
prominent guy, but no, I mean their performances are good as fuck too. Like they like you would not think that that show just would fire on all cylinders 30 years fucking later, same fucking people, like, and it's firing on all cylinders. It's sick.
a lot of the chicks in that show are a lot older than teenagers. I looked
Yeah,
them up.
they didn't look like that when I went to high school.
No, definitely not. But like the chick Sam, the LaRusso's daughter, she's like 24.
She pulls it off better than that other girl though. Than the girl
The
with
one
like
the
home
one with the
problems.
fucking melon head, like the Tori or Miguel's girlfriend, the one
Yeah,
that
yeah. I'm like
yeah.
that's not a high schooler.
No, but she is also one of the ugliest chicks that I can remember. And like, I hate looking at that chick. I don't know why. I don't know. She just doesn't do it for me at all. But yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I watched what's the chess one? I watched that too.
I haven't
Queen
seen that, but
Queen's
I heard it's
Gambit.
good. Yeah.
It's not bad. It's not bad. But like, there's just no movies, man. It's like
Well, it's
nothing.
because nobody wants to put out a movie, like a theater movie, and get just destroyed by not making any money. It is interesting that Dune is going to come out on HBO Max. That's probably the big one that I actually care about.
Dune,
Dune, Dune,
like the game.
like the book series. It was a movie as well. Maybe it
Oh,
was a video game. I don't know.
I thought that was a game or something. I mean, I remember the name, but
I
I
mean, it
just
might be a game. It's kind of a big franchise, so I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. But they there's like a Bond and something else. I saw like today though that they're like starting to make more things, which is good.
Yeah, I don't
Uh,
think movies as a concept are going away. It's just that the entire business model just got fucked, like
yeah. So
completely.
the obviously the GameStop stock bullshit,
Dude,
right?
it's so great. I love
Uh,
that so much.
Um, yeah, but I actually looked at that and I was like, well, if they're gonna buff or if they're gonna what's the word for it? Not buff. If they're gonna bolster any stock like that, I thought the one to do would be AMC, because like AMC was trading around 12-ish dollars, and like that like just 2 years ago that was a $20 stock anyway. You know what I mean? So like I figured if they were gonna like um, short squeeze that one into oblivion, like you could hold on to that, and if it fell like after Corona, you're probably gonna make your money back anyway on something like that.
So here's what's crazy with a lot of these companies that you think are dead. This happened with Sears, like the retailer. Like, when's the last time you ever saw fucking Sears? Right?
Uh,
Like how fucking relevant has Sears been in the last 10 years? It's fucking
yeah,
useless, right? Like nobody gives a fuck. So Sears went and the stock just plummeted because nobody buys anything from Sears. Nobody talks about Sears. Who gives a fuck? The dead company, right?
right,
Well, the stock cratered, and then a few smart guys realized, holy shit, Sears can sell zero products, and the company is still worth a ton of money. Why? Because they are sitting on some of the most prime real estate in the world because they built those Sears and bought that land back when everything was still being developed. So they just own, they're a holdings company. They're a real estate holdings company now.
right,
So somebody realized that they were severely undervalued strictly because of the real estate they were sitting on. And my my girlfriend's dad works for the railroads, and the railroads are the same way. So the railroads are always going to be worth money unless technology changes dramatically. Without a single rail car moving on the railroads. Why? Because all of the major telecoms run their fiber lines through those rail lines because the land is already developed and it's
right,
easy for them to run fiber on that gravel shit they lay down for the trains. And not only is the land already developed with the tunnels and with the trees cut down and all that shit, and it's easy to dig the lines because you're just putting the shit underneath gravel, right? Um, it's also the most optimized route for the most part. And they're brilliant with the railroads are brilliant with how they did it. They did not sell them the land. They leased them the land.
Right.
So every fucking year they gotta pay out their nose to keep their fiber cables on that land.
Right.
So smart shit.
Yeah. Did you I saw you have you have one GameStop stock.
Yeah, dude, I went balls deep. Got my one GameStop stock.
I made $26 on my my little AMC purchase. And then
Nice.
I'm
Big
like,
plays.
I don't know if I want to. I don't usually play in this realm.
Yeah.
I want to get my 401k like safe for the inevitable you know, um the inevitable
But
drop that's
Biden
going
is
to
gonna
happen.
save us all, bro. You don't
I
believe in
don't
the Biden economy?
I don't think
He's already
anybody.
off to a great start with, getting rid of like 50,000 high-paying jobs. I'm sure raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour will do wonders for unemployment. I mean, it's perfect timing,
How do you see
right? But
minimum
right,
wage is one of these things, man. Like minimum wage can't stay at $7 forever. So we either need to
most
like
people don't make minimum wage.
I know, but what I'm saying is that like it's $7 an hour. It's pointless. So we either need to like say that minimum wage is a good thing and like make it like decent, or just eliminate it and then let the market do what the market's gonna do. Honestly, like you just can't have it be like
Well, you can't
purgatory.
put it. You can't put it. You can't make minimum wage a living wage because that eliminates so many opportunities. For example, the previous employer I had would teach you how to TIG weld aluminum from the ground up. Like you literally know goddamn nothing about TIG welding. Like you don't have to go to school, don't have to do anything. You could come in off the street. They'll teach you how to do it, but they pay you minimum wage because they know and they're correct in the fact that you're going to fuck shit up and cost them money. But as soon as you are able to do the job, they bump you up to, 18, 19 bucks an hour, whatever, right? But they
Right.
have to start you off at minimum wage while you're training because you might not make it, you might quit, you're going to fuck shit up. They can't just lose money out the ass. So you're going to lose a lot of training opportunities like that if you bump it up to 15 bucks an hour. The companies just can't afford it.
Well, I mean,
Especially in a
at
low
that point,
cost.
you're trading $10 an hour for school and experience. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of different. Like like you're not gonna go you're not gonna go agree that Pizza Hut is gonna teach you how to make pizzas and pay you
Yeah, but
minimum
like how
wage.
how is like a teenager or somebody supposed to get a job when when it's 15 bucks? I mean, there's just a lot of jobs out there that are just kind of bullshit jobs that somebody needs to do that a kid like can do, right? I mean,
Yeah,
fuck, I
but
had
I mean that's not really like I don't think that's a reason for or against any kind of thing because like you I mean like you could argue that like yeah I mean homeless people right like would take anything to get by,
no they
you know,
won't.
or kids I
That's
mean
part of the problem. They don't want the help.
who homeless
A
people.
lot of homeless people don't
It
want the help because
a lot of them sure some of them do, you know, and like I mean what I'm saying is that like just because like you're a kid I mean like $7 an hour is nothing, dude. Like there's already
oh, I
like so
agree.
even this situation,
I
right?
agree,
Like
which is why most places like it's almost hard to find any place that actually pays somebody minimum wage. Like I'm serious.
right, which is
Walmart doesn't
one
do it.
reason
I
that it
mean,
shouldn't exist, honestly. One
well then
reason
why
for
should
why it
it
shouldn't.
exist?
Right. That's what I'm saying. That is
Then
one
why even
reason.
fucking change it? Just leave it alone.
I mean the that's the actual question of why do we have a minimum wage, I think is just to prevent, you know, areas of the country where there'll be, you know,
It's to
or
prevent ridiculous amounts of exploitation.
correct, right.
Yeah, because
And like
I think pretty much no
but
matter where you live, $7 an hour is extremely cheap labor. But $15 an hour is pretty fucking expensive labor if you're in some bumfuck parts of the country where you can buy live in a one bedroom apartment for 300 bucks a month. There are places like that. The cost of living is that low.
right. Well, I'm just like the that's the thing, right? Is it like if you agree that, and I don't saying I am, I'm just saying if you agree that if you get rid of minimum wage, you would have places offering, you know, $2 an hour and $1 an hour, and there would be a population that would be forced to take that, then we should have a minimum wage. You know what I mean? Like that is like the argument for that, right? Is exploitation and other things, and so. But if not, then you would just say, well, the other side of it, or the right hand side, would say, well, if you have a company that's paying, $1 an hour or $2 an hour, which is evil, like the market should
Yeah, why would you
prevent
work
that.
there?
Right. And like they would get bad press, right? Like nobody would, like they would get boycotted and the market would sort of take care of it, right?
Yeah,
That would be
people just wouldn't work there because Joe Blow down the street pays more.
right. Unless those two get together and then they don't pay more. Right. So I don't know, man. It's a weird spot. Like it's these two factions of things, and like it's like you can't be like somebody on the right who wants universal healthcare, but also thinks that like um, um, all the other stuff that comes with that are stupid. You know what I mean? Like you have to like pick a side, which is the problem also in our system. You can't just like have somebody win based on an issue. You know what I mean? Like if I want abortion, right, like to go away, I have to be a Republican. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? That's my only choice.
There's a
So
lot,
like,
dude. I've said this for the longest time, dude. If the left would quit being so fucking stupid about guns, they would be unbeatable. I'm serious. They lose so many people that are so strictly one issue voters on guns that if they went out and if they flat out said, you know what, we changed our mind, we are all about the Second Amendment, all out Second Amendment, we're for it, dude, it'd be over. The Republicans would never ever win again.
I I haven't. I mean, when was the last time we even talked about guns? Like, I mean, I think it's just been dominated by like COVID and like.
Oh, dude, people are, dude. If you look at the price, all my coworkers, I swear, all they fucking do is complain about the price of ammunition. That's all they fucking do.
I mean, that's
like,
a COVID thing, though.
No, it's not. It's a fucking Joe Biden thing.
What did he do to make the price of ammunition?
He said that he's gonna do all these bans
On what?
on assault type weapons, AR-15. They don't like them very much.
I guess.
I'm not that versed on it, but goddamn, that's all they talk about is the price. And they're not wrong. The price of firearms and ammunition right now is outrageous, and it's just because everybody's buying it because they're scared. It happens every time, but it's every time a Democrat wins or is going to
People
win,
buy up ammunition.
people buy up ammo and guns. No, it's like a meme. Everybody said Barack Obama was the greatest gun salesman in the world, and he was. Like it just.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't feel strongly about the gun issues like that, like the left would. Like I think if you're a felon, probably shouldn't have be able to get guns.
I don't think too many people really disagree with that, to be honest. I mean, I don't think there's too many people on the right that are like gonna die on that, hill.
The NRA does get pretty stupid about like gun laws, though. Like
I
if
think
you're like,
they're
we
just
want to enhance
slippery
background checks, they're
They're
like,
slippery
nope.
slope. But I understand why. I definitely understand why, and I kind of agree with it, to be honest.
I agree with what?
Just the slippery slope. Like they don't want to give up an inch because they're worried about that inch will turn into a mile, and I don't think they're wrong for thinking that because that's how things always go. Things happen very very slowly, and then they happen very quickly.
Yeah, I see like all this back and forth with McConnell, and like all that like posturing. Like I don't know, man. It's gonna be
McConnell?
weird. Yeah, McConnell.
Oh, dude,
Like
my dumbass. You said McConnell, and I was thinking to Asmongold's friend.
I don't even know who that is, dude. Didn't he stop streaming, by the way? Like Asmongold? Like
I don't know what I heard. He stopped. Is it McConnell that is his friend? I swear his name is McConnell. Like
probably. I'm talking about the back and forth with
his name is McConnell.
All that Senate shit with like the filibuster, and then like Mitch playing all this hardball games, and then as soon as they get like a Democratic tiebreaker half majority stuff, like he's all like, well, we got to be fair,
I don't know. I haven't kept up enough, but Dude, the Republicans largely, I mean, a lot of them, like, as soon as Trump wasn't a winner, they're like, fuck you. And they just, like, threw him under the bus. A lot
What do
of
you think
them.
about this Patriot Party thing? Because here's the problem, right? Like Trump has a complete stranglehold, not on the
100%.
Republican Party, but on Republicans in the country.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like there are a lot of people that are like, we'd quit the Republican Party to go join the Patriot Party,
Yep.
like just specifically loyal to Trump. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like it's not, and that's freaking scary, dude.
It is pretty crazy. But, like, you have to understand, like, there has not been. The Republicans just need a candidate that is not an old white guy that's boring as fuck. Like, Trump is exciting and, like, fun. They need somebody that is, like, young, exciting, and fun. Like, I'm hoping that the Republican Party actually, like, brings a good candidate, like a legitimately good one. Like, if you were to tell me that, like, the host of the Celebrity Apprentice would be, like, the strongest Republican candidate in a long time, I would have thought you were crazy, but it's the truth. He really is. Like, Barack Obama was a fucking good candidate, regardless of whether you agree with him or not. Like, that, when you think of, like, president, like, the look, the talk, the fucking, all that shit, like, Barack Obama checks every goddamn box. If the Republicans can get their Republican Barack Obama, like, that's what they need.
I started reading his book. I read and like before you go, oh my god, like I read every past presidential memoir. So I like read Bush's.
That's some heavy reading. Doesn't he have, like, 20 of them?
Well, the one that I read Decision Points, which talks about like the WMD thing, like the decision to go into Iraq, like just it. He more talks about like talks about it through like some key decisions of his presidency. But like reading Obama's is pretty good, man. Just kind of getting a recap of like him deciding to run and like all of the stuff that came along with like how he feels about Hillary and picking Joe and all those kind of things. But I don't know what I was gonna say. I started a podcast. I'm in another
I saw
podcast.
that. I saw that about football and politics.
Yeah,
It's
so
an
they're
interesting combo.
probably gonna drop the. So my first feedback, yeah, it's called Pigskins and Politics right now, but it's gonna change because my buddy who I did a band with, I was in a band with in college, wanted to start a podcast, and he's like, "These are the two things that I'm really interested in," and I'm like, "Well, you realize that like people that like one despise people that like the other, like you know what I- like that's a thing, you know, like." And he's like, "Well, I think it could work. I think it's pretty unique," and I'm like, "Well." Let's just I'll try it with you, like that's fine, you know, we'll see how it goes. But like now, like we have a lot of fun doing like the NFL stuff, and like now that Trump's gone, like the politics is just kind of like
Yeah, dude, it's not gonna be nearly as fun. Like,
exactly.
CNN is fucked. Like, they're actually in panic mode. Like, nobody gives a fuck.
And like Trump spent 4 years calling them fake news and making every single news network a meme.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun.
So but yeah, man, that's what kind of what I've been doing is that too. But it was just weird, dude. It's weird times. We got COVID. We've got politics junk. We've got
The financial industry being completely turned
uh,
upside down. We haven't really talked about that. How many stocks? How many did you buy of GME?
none.
You said you.
No,
Oh, I
no,
thought you said you bought 10. Or was that of
I bought
AMC?
AMC. Yeah, yeah. I didn't buy the. I didn't buy GME. Like, when did you buy that GME?
Monday? $47
Oh,
on,
okay.
I think, Monday, so early in the
You
week.
made a couple $100.
I haven't sold it, but I
Well,
don't
you
know.
potentially made a couple $100.
Yeah.
See, the thing that I think is funny about all this is like there are a lot of people, man, that are gonna get taken for an absolute ride. You know,
They're not gonna get taken for as big of a ride as fucking Wall Street is, though.
no. But like what I'm saying is that I've already seen it. Like there's a lot of people in my timeline. There's a lot of people on my Facebook. Like there was people on my timeline that were like, they bought in the day that the Robinhood just went all freaking completely off the deep end and you know kind of locked buys but not sells, right? And they were like, "Well, I bought in today and I'm down like 20%. Like, what's going on?" Like, you know what I mean? Like people have no
Like, they don't
idea.
understand that by the time you hear about it, it's too late.
Correct. Right. Like by the time it's in the freaking news, you know what I mean, and you're paying $500 for a stock that's
Yeah,
worth five, like, and like this freaking Dogecoin or Doggy Coin or whatever it's called. Like, how do you say that?
Dogecoin.
Dogecoin? Like, bro, like that.
It's
That's a
it's it's
meme.
it's literally a joke. Like they made it as a joke.
Eh, And like, eh, if you can catch that and you're not stupid and you can like swing that and dump it, like that's what I'm saying. Like, and I didn't make that much money because I really didn't want to fuck with that long. I mean, I took like a $2 per share gain on AMC and was like, call it a day. But like,
Yeah, it's fun to have
if
fun.
if you can get in on that Doge stuff, like I got a buddy who bought that Dogecoin shit or whatever, and it was up like 300 or 400%.
Yeah, my
Uh,
girlfriend bought 10 shares of it, or $10 worth of it. I made fun of her this morning, and she's like, "It's up 280%." And I was like, "All right."
Sell it. That's the thing. Is like,
It's just like she was just like joking around, like it is like a fucking joke, but
you
she
can't even buy that on Vanguard, dude. Like I have.
Vanguard would not even allow that to be a thing.
It's not like when you search for Dogecoin
Vanguard's
on
like, get the
Vanguard,
fuck out, uninstall your, leave this service.
right? Like if
Don't ever
that's what
fucking
you
talk to
want,
us
if
again.
that's what you want, go somewhere else.
We don't even want your money.
Um, yeah, because I looked at that too. But like that's the thing is like you can get in this stuff and make a buck, but like what people are gonna do is they're you're gonna have your $50 GameStop.
Everybody keeps having that Freudian slip. They keep saying game stock or game stock.
Whatever.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is like it's at $500. Like you've 10x your money. Like
Yeah, I would have probably sold my shit if I caught it at 400. I
that's
just
what I'm
wasn't paying
saying is like,
attention.
that's what I'm saying is like, but there are people that are like, no, we're going to 5,000 to the moon, and they're holding it. Like you're gonna lose all of that like very rapidly.
Those people don't care about the money. Those people are doing it to fuck over. Like that's what I'm sure you know this, but the
Not
vast
all of them.
majority. I mean, not all of them. You're right. Some of them, but the vast majority of people that are doing this are doing it vengefully, not because they want to make a bunch of money. Me
Yeah,
included. I did not buy. I literally bought this to be a part of it, not to like make money. Like I don't care if I lose all $47 I put in. I'm willing to die on this cross for the fucking meme.
you have a very tiny cross that you're dying on, by the way,
Yeah, I'm willing to make the ultimate
on
sacrifice.
your one share.
But no, there's a guy on Reddit that bought like 53,000 shares when it was like $5, and he's at like 11 million, and he's holding. Like, there's a lot of people on Reddit.
Because he can.
Yeah, I mean he's obviously a wealthy person to begin with, right? If he could throw around $53,000 just as a fucking joke, but I mean, there's a lot of people that just don't like these hedge fund guys for good reason. I mean, like
Yeah,
people were typing out their stories on Wall Street Bets of like why they hate these people, talking
I
about
mean,
how like the 2008 collapse, fucked, because they were the teenagers and kids at the time, and about how it like destroyed their their parents' marriage and shit, and like just fucked their whole life up. And they're like, dude, this isn't even about the money.
yeah. I mean,
My dad thinks it's funny as fuck.
dude, like you can't sell a car you don't own. You know what I mean? Like,
How the fuck are they shorting 140% of the stock? Like that like I understand how shorting stocks work, but how do you short more than exist?
um,
That one I don't know.
I mean, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, the other thing about it too
There's more
is that
shorts than issued
like
shares.
you get interest from like that, right? You're
Yeah.
supposed to. And what happens is like, if you own GME on like Robinhood and those are the shares that get borrowed um and loaned out, like Robinhood gets all that interest. You know what I mean? Like they're not paying you that interest. And that was something that Mark Cuban brought up on Twitter today was the fact that like that also is criminal. You know what I mean? Like it's your asset. That would be like the bank, making a bunch of interest on your savings account money. that they're loaning out, and you then paying you nothing, which
Well,
essentially
that's
is what they do because they pay you like 0.2% or
well,
whatever it
that's
is.
probably that's probably some shit that everybody agreed to in the terms of service because there's no transaction fees with Robinhood, right? That's their whole selling point is that there's no fee to buy or sell. So they probably get you on the fucking shorts and shit like that, right? I
Yeah,
assume.
maybe.
Yeah.
Vanguard didn't charge me either. Like when I
Vanguard doesn't charge you for shit, man. They just want you. They just want to have all your money. They want to. They just want all of it. Like
yeah.
it's crazy, dude. I actually did the calculation. Uh, Vanguard has like $6.5 trillion under management, and I was like, well, my expense ratio is 0.03%. So I was like, what's 0.03% of 6.3 trillion? And I was like, whoa, shit, that's still a lot. That's still a lot.
That's quite a bit. That's quite a bit.
Dude, I typed it into the calculator and I was like, the number, like I had to like think about the number. I was like, oh, whoa, that's way too many fucking digits for me to like just intuitively know. But it's in the billions.
Yeah, for sure. I
Yeah,
mean,
crazy.
I got friends that are doing a lot of different stuff. You know what's funny is so like you know that Acorn thing that like when
That's
you
the
when
one that that rounds your purchases off, right?
yeah, and so my buddy did that and I started doing that too. And you know what's funny about that is you know what the number one asset is if you pick the aggressive like investment portfolio
Is it weed?
is no, it's VOO, which
What?
is which is like basically the S&P.
Yeah, that's not
um
aggressive at all. What the fuck? I mean,
it's
that's I mean, it's
it's not
decently
all the
aggressive.
asset. That's like 70% of it. And then there's like 20% which is
Dude, why
small
is it
cap.
not GameStop?
It should be.
Dude.
It should be. GameStonk.
That's
Did you get a new Xbox or PlayStation?
no, dude. I barely played the fucking old ones. They're just
So
sitting
what do you
here.
do now? Are you
All I
still in
do
good
is
shape? Are
fucking
you
work.
are you,
No,
are
I'm
you
fat
working
as
out?
fuck. I'm a
Are
goddamn
you
slob.
are you really?
Yeah.
Well, you and your lady used to. I mean, you
Oh,
guys like.
she's still kicking ass. Yeah,
No,
she's
I know, but
still.
what I'm saying is, you guys used to like eat pizzas and all kinds of shit, but you used to work out a lot to like kind
Well,
of
I'm still
count.
doing the first part. I got that on lockdown. It's that second part.
You
Well,
can't turn back into fat back though. You
so
can't be that fat.
I'm pretty fat.
Really?
I'm not that fat,
All
but
right.
I don't work out much anymore. But my job is fairly physical, and I'm working like 50 to 60 hours a week,
Right.
almost constantly. So that's keeping me from my 600-pound life.
I I'm working way more at this job down here. Like I took it's basically a transfer, but it's not because it's with a different company. But like this is so much more work, dude. Because like back at my other job, like I had the 6 years essentially to iron out, to kind of form our processes and kind of make it into what I wanted it
Yeah,
to
get in
be.
your groove. Yeah.
And hire and train the people and like I hired one of my guild, like my old raid leader. He um he went 3 years mechie at Penn State and didn't want to do it anymore, and he quit and got a video game design degree.
And what the fuck is
And
Mechie?
mechanical engineering.
Oh, I was like, sorry. That's what I
Yeah,
thought it was. I've never
uh
heard that.
yeah, mechie.
Yeah.
Anyway, so quit, got a video game design degree, couldn't find a job, and was like doing landscape work. And I was like,
Holy
bro,
shit.
I was like, move down here. He was like an hour away from me. I'm like, move down here. My company was like, I mean, he doesn't have any experience. And I'm like, yeah, but he's not an idiot. I promise. Like, I've known this guy for a long time. Like, you're going to get a steal. So they hired him on for peanuts because he didn't have any experience, and then quickly had to like triple the amount of money that they were paying him.
That's good.
But like he took over for me when I left. They made him the manager of the department. But like this new company that I'm at is completely like back to square one, and it's just like kind of so disheartening for me that like I have to start all over.
Like pay wise or just
No, 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 no,
having
no.
to.
Like just training people, getting things like the right communicate, like the right number of meetings, like where we're meeting about things that are important
But in a
and not
way,
wasting
that's in a
time.
way you might be able to like do it better this time with a fresh start, maybe, or no? Is that just too optimistic?
Yeah, you could be, but like
It's
it's
like
also
new game
remote.
plus, but real life.
Exactly. except that I work remote now completely, so it is a little harder. Like when I was in the office, it's easier to kind of keep your finger on the pulse of things. Now it's like, I like being a fully remote job,
Who
but
doesn't?
it's just kind of harder to like be, you know, completely on top of stuff. So
Yeah, no, that's probably the biggest thing difference between last podcast and this one is that I'm working quite a bit now. Kind of sucks, but the money's good. I like the job too. People are cool as fuck, but god damn, am I there a lot?
you and your lady gonna like, I mean, where you got me dating for a while now, right?
Yeah, like 3 years, something like that.
You gonna shit and get off the pot or what? Is she pushing for you for
Yeah, she's pushing for it, and she keeps getting all these raises. So I don't know. You keep making all this fucking money, my mind that starts changing a little bit.
You're like, I'm working a lot and I don't really want to be.
Yeah, I'm working a lot, and I see you making all this money. I look at you and I see dollar signs.
That's it.
Oh,
You're
I
like,
mean,
you ever think about going to
it,
medical school?
no. Why would she do that? No,
I don't know.
she's on the fucking path, dude.
Yeah?
Oh yeah,
Her OnlyFans is cracking, huh?
oh yeah.
Oh,
They
you know
got
what
multiple revenue
OnlyFans needs?
streams.
You know what OnlyFans needs? You know how like Netflix, you just pay like $15 a month and you get access to all the
Oh my
content.
god.
That's what
All the
OnlyFans needs.
I feel like there needs to be some entrepreneurial like hoes out there that like bundle their shit together.
Like a Netflix of OnlyFans.
Oh yeah,
I agree. That's what they have.
dude. The saddest realization about OnlyFans is that people aren't paying for porn. They're paying for like a human to human relationship. Like that's the saddest part. Is that like you can get like porn on the internet, and you can find all this porn of these OnlyFans people on the internet for free.
A lot of it, yeah.
But
I think though that some of it though is just like, yeah. I mean, you can
people are
find
paying
porn,
for the interaction, which is the saddest part.
but I don't. But see, I think some of it too is just like, that chick from Twitter, right? And she's like not a porn star. She's just a normal chick, right? And you're like, all I know is I want to see her naked. You know what I mean? I think there's a fair amount of that where it's not even like about even the interaction either. Like I mean I've never subbed to anybody's OnlyFans. Do you like? Is there like a message board or something where
I've
you could
never
like
done
talk
it
to them?
either. Well, I just know that's like one of the things they sell is that like they sell like talk with me.
Oh yeah,
Like
right. Of
and it's
course.
like damn, that's fucking sad. Like it's like that's more sad than actually prostitution in my opinion. Like it's one thing if you're paying for sex to get the release, but it's another thing if you're like, "Please be my friend. Talk to me." It's like, "Oh
Bro,
fuck, that's just like that makes me
you
fucking
heard about
sad."
the professional cuddlers, right?
Yeah, that's just tragic.
You just pay
Like
to
I
get
could
a hug.
understand the fucking male like I get it, dude. Like when you're backed up and it's been a while and you gotta get the fuck you're just fucking I get it. But like I don't know. I feel like if you boil it down deep down inside, these people are not paying for that. They're paying for the like human to human what do they call it? The girlfriend experience. Which
You know
is
the other stupid thing about OnlyFans? So I like looked this up, like about how like a little bit about it. Like on your credit card, it says OnlyFans. Like
that's
that is the
dumb.
worst business move of all time. Why would you do that? Why would you
Yeah, you
do
gotta
that? Like,
change that.
there's no married dude who's gonna want OnlyFans showing up on like his credit card statement, bro. You know what I
Yeah, they
mean? And
gotta
like,
change that
how are you gonna
shit to
explain that to
like
your wife? Like, hey, honey, sorry, like, $8 of our family money a month is going to some random chick for me to look at her nudes. Like, what? You can't sell that. You know? I don't
yeah.
know, man. I don't know. Well, we can't do 6 months between podcasts because then it's just kind of all over the place.
Yeah. It is kind of all over. I'm trying to think of. Well, I'm sure
I'm
we
still waiting
missed.
for you to send me like all my payments for like 4 years of podcasts. By the way,
Yeah, I'll send you all the money I made from all the sponsors.
are you still doing videos? Like,
Yeah,
do you still like
I
make
mean
a certain
very
amount?
rarely, but yeah, I still do stuff every now
Are
and
you
then. Do it for fun.
still making like a passive thing from
Yeah,
your YouTube?
so like two. I don't know when it was, but I want to say it was like 2 years ago, roughly. I made more money. Like I just had a couple brand deals, which I can't talk about the specifics of, but I had a few brand deals that basically made that the most lucrative YouTube year I've ever had, and I did it for like 20 hours a month maybe. Like it was just one of those things that fell into my fucking lap. You know, occasionally you get lucky, and then randomly I had a few months where one of my like some of my random old as fuck videos, like super like years and
just like
years old, just started
just
like
hit.
popping off like
Right.
crazy, millions of views. It's like what the fuck?
Yeah, my
And
buddy showed me a thing today of like this guy that bought a Lamborghini Gallardo. I don't know how you say it, but that's what he bought, and he lived in it, and he YouTubed it, and like that made him enough money that now he's like super rich, and he has all these like cars.
yeah,
But like that was like an all-in thing, you know. You imagine like not having a house and spending like $3,000 a month on your fucking car that you're just making videos out of to put on the internet. I don't know, man.
yeah, that's bold strategy for sure.
Yeah. So I don't
Well,
know, man.
we got COVID, we got the economy, we got the election.
Don't have the Super Bowl. Mahomes Brady, which will be next weekend.
Oh
You gonna
yeah,
watch it?
yeah, I'll watch it. I try to watch them, but I mean I don't know. There's definitely less and less. I do hope Tom Brady does it though, because like, come on, don't you want to see some epic shit? Like anybody that's rooting against Tom Brady, like, well, at this point, why?
I got my I don't know if you can see on my video, but I got my Antonio Brown signed jersey right there.
Wow,
And I got
that's a relic
my
there.
I got my
Didn't that guy end the Madden curse?
I got my Tom Brady one over there.
Antonio Brown is the guy that like got kicked out of the NFL after being on the Madden cover, right?
Yeah, after going fucking crazy. Yeah.
Dude, yeah, but he broke the Madden curse. Like
Yeah.
they cursed him so hard it like the magic was over. They ran out of magic.
Yeah. So oh man.
Well, you wanted to end it there? I know you said you wanted to go about an hour, and it's been an hour, and I guess we've been in the call for an hour and 10 minutes. So
All good. Sure.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that was fun. I'm sure people are pissed that we missed something that was dramatic that happened over the last 6 months that we didn't talk about. But
Well, in 6 more months we'll come back and do
we'll
this
hit it in
again.
the comments. So yeah, we'll have a we'll talk about it. Leave it in the comments down below, and it'll be just a year late. So we'll figure it out. But anyway, man, good talking to you, and hopefully we do another one of these in the next few months, maybe before 2021 or
Sounds good.
2022. All right, man.
See you, man.